and just take a look at everything. Here we have a little artisan market. Oh, look at the boat, so cute.
This is nice for putting in the how much? Alone, normal with the fish, $5. Medium, euro,
Cute little toys. I like the coasters. Okay, so we're just gonna check out the Centro Comercial and see what there is here. I'm in search for towels and coffee. Yeah, just like a towel maybe with the Cuban flag. I think that would be nice. Is there a way to get down? Oh, maybe might have to go out, maybe? You can go down that way. Trying to figure out how to get down. Yeah. Okay, we'll have to do it. Get out and then go back in. We didn't find coffee or towels, but that's okay. We got a lot of browsing to do. What is it called? El Cardeño. Oh, it looks like there's bathrooms in there. You can go inside. Oh, a restaurant. Oh. People look inside. Oh yeah, people are sitting there. Oh, look at that. Oh, smells good. So it's a restaurant. Very cool. I know, I apologize in advance. I'm probably going to be stinky. I'm like, I showered, I put on deodorant, but my body can only handle so much. Okay, so we're just gonna go check out the Cuba and Varadero sign, take some pictures, because this was not here when I visited a long time ago. And then my mother-in-law and I are gonna try and dip our toes in the water to cool off a little. Here we go, very nice. Can we get to the beach? Oh yeah, this way, right? We'll go down to the beach first, maybe we'll come back. We won't be here. We can take some pictures. Yeah. Okay, so we won't be able to dip our feet in the water because it looks like it is private just for like the resorts on either side, but still a nice looking beach. Yeah. Okay, let's. Okay, we're gonna check out Casa del Chocolate. That'll be our first stop. You wanna check here first? Okay. Push. Okay, so unfortunately, they don't have much selection for chocolate to eat. And we asked maybe they had chocolate drinks, but they do not. So, but that's okay. It smelled really good in there. It smelled wonderful. Yeah, you'd have to eat it like right away. Yeah. This is all the yummy drinks they have. Nasty. Yes. It's called Calle 62 Snack Bar. This area is really nice. Yeah, and that hotel over there, my mother-in-law reminded me, that's, I don't know if it's still called Palma Real, but my husband, that was the first time he ever came to Cuba, he stayed there, and us too. So that's funny. We both stayed there for the first time we came to Cuba. Okay, we're heading back because one of the restaurants there was a photo or a picture of a mojito. We're gonna ask if they have any. We're gonna have one. Here it is. So I'm gonna go in and ask if they have mojitos and how much and what currency. So enjoying my second mojito of the trip. Let's see. Oh, that's nice. It's strong, but it's nice. Okay, we have stopped at La Fondue, La Casa de Queso. We're gonna have some fondue, some fried cheese, 2 German beers, and it should be a good evening, so I'm excited. Here is our, this is our fondue cheese. So we should be getting the deep fried cheese in a minute here. Finished all our food. I think my mother-in-law did great. We almost finished all of it. So yeah, we're gonna head find some rum, maybe find some coffee, and then we're gonna head to the resort. Gracias. Yeah, thank you. Okay, now we're going here. Ron. They listen. R-O-N. Ron. We're gonna see if we can get. Oh, is it busy? Well, let's try. It looks like it's busy in here. Okay, that's it for our Varadero day trip. We're gonna head back to the resort, and yeah, tomorrow we head out to Canada. That's it. That's it, that's all. Okay friends, we made it back to the resort. I'm just heading back to the room to see if I can find my husband and my kids. They might be taking a nap. But yeah, that was a fun day. Hopefully I took enough footage and I can edit it together so it's, you know, nice to watch and it's not super choppy, but we'll see. But yeah, we leave tomorrow. My husband said the bus is gonna come get us around 2. So yeah, that's pretty much it for a trip. The only thing I really wanted to do, or that I had left to do, was to maybe share some important information. So maybe I'll do that tonight or tomorrow, or maybe I won't get to do it till we get back to Calgary. But yeah, just some important information that I think would be useful to anybody thinking of coming to visit Cuba. So yeah, that is it for me, I think, today. Maybe I will check back with you guys later. Ooh, my last cappuccino of the trip. We leave today, and I have mixed feelings. I'm sad, but I'm also kind of excited to be heading back home. But I'll probably talk more about that later. But anyways, that's it for cappuccino. I might have a couple more drinks just to celebrate our last day. Whee! This is drink number 2, and it was a mulata or something. It's okay, go ahead. No worries. Yummy, looks so fancy. Okay, gotta put my phone back. Hello! So we finally made it home. We got in last night at around 11 o'clock p.m. Calgary time. For us, it was more like 1 o'clock in the morning Cuba time. Cuba is 2 hours ahead of Calgary. So yeah, we were very tired. It was a long and uncomfortable flight. I think the flight was a total of 6 hours. So yeah, we were just excited to get off the plane, come home, and it felt really, really good to sleep in my own bed. But anyways, I just wanted to jump on camera today to give you guys some more important information to hopefully make your travels to Cuba a little bit less stressful. You can learn from our mistakes. I also wanted to give you a review of the resort we stayed in, our overall experience. So yeah, let's get started. I wrote some things down, so hopefully I won't forget anything and I can get through this quickly. So in terms of important information, the first thing is, I believe it doesn't matter where in the world you are, if you are thinking of traveling to Cuba or you are traveling to Cuba, before you head to your airport, you need to get a QR code. You need to get this code from, I believe, a Government of Cuba website. I will link the website down below for you. But yeah, you go on the website and you need to fill out an online form with all your, personal information. And after you're done filling out the form, you're going to get a QR code. You need to make sure you save that because you're going to need that when you go to your airport. We did not know anything about this QR code, and we weren't the only ones who were unaware of this. When we got to the airport and we were checking in our luggage, they asked us for the QR codes. There was a ton of people that were in the line that had to get out of the line, you know, get on this website and fill out the forms. And it's quite a time-consuming form to fill out. You need to fill one for each person that is traveling in your group, because each person needs their own QR code. So it was a big headache. People were frustrated. It was really, really bad. I wish that they had communicated to us earlier, you know, when we booked our trip, that this needed to be done. But again, my husband says that there was no mention of it. So very important, if you're traveling to Cuba, look into the QR code. Just save yourself the trouble and fill all that out ahead of time. So yeah, next thing I wanted to mention is once you're in Cuba, you can't expect to easily buy essentials. For example, toiletries, medication, like over-the-counter medication. Cuba, like the rest of the world, seeing shipping delays, more so it seems than other places. So my suggestion to you is just bring whatever things you think you're gonna need, your toiletries, shampoo, lotion, sunscreen, you know, Advil, Tylenol, any medication, just bring it with you, because you never know if you'll be able to buy those things once you're in Cuba. Next, let's talk about currency. So Cuba used to have a tourist currency. It was called the Cuban convertible peso, I believe. And it was a currency just for tourists. They got rid of that. They don't have that anymore. So now you can use the regular Cuban peso, which you can purchase once you're in Cuba. Or now you can use your Canadian dollars, US dollars, and euros. Those were the main three that I kept hearing over and over again. I don't know if you can use other currencies. You can look into that. But those three for sure you can use in Cuba. It has to be like bills, not coins, and also Visa. A lot of places now take Visa, and actually you need Visa if you want to purchase any excursions. We used our Canadian money. My in-laws, they did exchange some Cuban pesos, and they used that. Now, the only times when we really ran into issues using our Canadian money was when it came to tipping. In Canada, our smallest bills are $5 bills. And tipping $5 bills, you know, to every waitress that helps you, every bartender, tipping the maid every day, that's going to get expensive very, very quickly. So, you know, we had to kind of space out our tipping, which felt kind of bad. I kind of wish that we had brought US ones so we could tip more people. So your call. You can choose to tip however you want in whatever currency that is allowed. Okay. Is that it? Yeah, that was it for currency. The last thing I wanted to mention in the information part of this video is Cubans love to receive, you know, gift items from outside the country from tourists. What I was hearing from them that they really need is children's clothing, children's shoes. I did leave some stuff behind, but honestly, we didn't travel with much because our suitcases were full of diapers and baby wipes. So that kind of took over all our space. But yeah, I heard them ask a lot for kids' clothing, kids' shoes, also clothing for plus size people, men's and women's plus size clothing they're in need of. Medicine, like over-the-counter medication, like Tylenol, Advil. And I was also asked twice, because I'm someone who likes to wear makeup, and of course I was wearing makeup when I was in Cuba. I got asked a couple times if I had any makeup that I'd be willing to leave behind. So that's what I was told that they needed. That's it for the important information section of this video. Now let's get to the review of the resort and the review of the overall experience in Cuba. I do want to be upfront though, right away, be honest. I have a bias towards Cuba. I love Cuba. I love the Cuban people. I am half Cuban. I have been to Cuba a total of 7 times, including this last time. So even though I love Cuba and I will probably continue to go back and visit, I do still want to give you accurate information so you can decide for yourself if it's a place that you would enjoy visiting and staying. So let's talk about the resort. The resort is called Memories Varadero Beach Resort. I'll link their website down below. You can look at pictures. I have actually been to this resort before. Like I said, over 15 years ago, I went with my parents, and I also invited my best friend to come along with us. And from what I remember, looking back at my YouTube photos, we had a great time. We enjoyed ourselves. I don't remember, having any issues with the resort. I just remember it being very, very big. You will do a lot of walking. They do have those little carts that drive around every once in a while. However, this time around, it definitely looks older. It looks weathered. It needs quite a bit of maintenance. And you do see workers like working in some of the buildings, obviously trying to fix and kind of renovate things. But it's such a big resort that it seems like they're just having a hard time, keeping up with the maintenance. For example, in our room, there were little things that needed to be fixed. The toilet paper holder, that thing was holding on for dear life. We just would put the toilet paper on the counter next to the toilet. But yeah, that thing needed fixing. The little rings where you hang the towels, they kept falling off. The sliding door to the little patio we had, it was really hard to open. It also didn't close all the way shut. It was a little bit opened, but it did have that that chain locking mechanism thingy that kept it locked from the inside. So little things like that needed to be fixed. They weren't a huge deal for us, but it's important to make a mention of it. What else? Oh, when it came to the services that you get in the room, you're supposed to get clean towels every day, a big bottle of water every day. Oh, toilet paper. If you were running out of toilet paper, you're supposed to get more toilet paper. So yeah, those are things that are supposed to be replenished, but sometimes they weren't. For example, we didn't get water 2 different days, the 2 weeks we were there, but we could take the old water bottles, bring them to the buffet, and the waitresses would fill them up with water for us. Not a big deal, but it's just more convenient if we got the bottles in the room. Also, clean towels. There was one day where we didn't get clean towels. My in-laws said they didn't get clean towels twice. Also, the little shampoo and body wash. We didn't really use those. We were only using them to wash our clothing. But we noticed that they seemed to just be topping up the little bottles with water, probably because they didn't have any new ones to give to us, which was fine. I never really liked the, shampoos and body washes that you get from hotels or resorts, so I always bring my own, but just wanted to make mention of that. I think that was it with the rooms. Oh, also the bathrooms throughout the resort. Sometimes you would go in and there would be no toilet paper or no soap to wash your hands. So we quickly learned to travel with toilet paper or tissue paper with us, as well as hand sanitizer. I never go anywhere without my hand sanitizer. So yeah, there was also that. Let's talk about food now. Cuba is not known for its resort food. It's notorious for being known as having bad resort food. The first week we were in this particular resort, they did have a lot of rice, a lot of beans. They had some vegetable options. I did see a lot of bell peppers, carrots, onions. They had this thing called yuca, which is kind of like a potato. They did have a lot of pork. That first week, I think we did get chicken once. And for lunch and dinner one day, they did have prongs and lobsters, but those went super fast. We didn't get to try any of that the first week. There was absolutely no fish the first week, which there was a couple in particular. They had a little daughter. They mentioned that they were really upset with the food because they don't eat pork. The husband had been to Cuba before COVID, and he said he loved it. He had a great time. There was a lot of fish available, but this time around there was no fish. So they were not happy with that, obviously. However, the food improved drastically the second week we were there. And my husband and I think it's because the resort was a lot busier. The first week there wasn't, I mean, there was guests there, but it was definitely quieter in the resort. The second week, they had a wave of guests come in. And so we think that's why the food improved, because there was a lot more people in the resort. So maybe they put out the good stuff. That's just my opinion. I don't know if that's actually the truth, but I just know that the first week, the food was not as good as it was the second week. The second week, we really enjoyed the food. They had fish a couple days. They had chicken or turkey a couple days as well. They had lobster again, and of course, pork. So it used to be that you could go into town and go to like all the little restaurants. They had more food options. You could try like some really good, authentic Cuban food. It doesn't seem to be the case right now. Like I said, they're just having shortages of things. So even if you went out into Varadero, if you go to a restaurant, you'll find that there's a lot of things on the menu that they just can't give you as an option anymore. So our Cuban friend told us that, you know, things are slowly improving. More tourists come in, you know, things will hopefully improve, but that's just the situation right now. What else? Oh, the beach. The beach at this resort was fine. My only kind of beef with the beach was just I could see a little bit more garbage on the beach, which, you know, that's also the fault of the guests. I don't know why it's so hard for people to just pick up their garbage and put it in the garbage, which is like right there. Cigarette butts, man, do I hate cigarette butts. We saw a lot of them on the beach. I'm a parent, I have children who love to play in the sand and pick up things, and I was constantly like slapping away the cigarette butts because, you know, they're everywhere. So yeah, maybe I sound like a Karen right now, but gosh darn it, pick up your garbage, people, okay? This is why we can't have nice things. But anyways, overall, the beach was nice. I just, as a parent, because my kids constantly pick up things and play on the ground, I noticed, you know, the garbage. So yeah, those were the things that I wanted to make mention about the resort. Overall, I would give the resort, you know, 1 out of 5 stars. I would give it a 3. Online, it's described as a 4-star, but honestly, I think it's a true 3-star resort. Would I go back to the resort? Honestly, yes, I would if the price was right. I would go back. I would just know what to expect. In terms of our overall experience in Cuba, again, you definitely see the struggles of the Cuban people, which, you know, is hard. You know, you wish you could help everyone, but, you know, obviously you can't. When we went into Varadero, for example, we went into a little chocolate shop. It smelled amazing in there, but, you know, their little display stand was pretty empty. They didn't have a lot of like you know, chocolate to give out. So again, something that, you know, you feel for them. They're doing the best with what they have. My overall experience in Cuba compared to what it was before, I would say it's like kind of right in the middle, 3.5. Oh, okay, this guy woke up. That's why I was in the bathroom, so I could be quiet and let him nap. But it's okay, he's awake, but I'm almost finished here. What was I saying? I was saying that, yeah, it's, you know, consider all the information I gave you. You know, if you're not like a super high maintenance traveler, you know, if you're not expecting like a luxury experience, I think you would enjoy Cuba. If not, you know, there's plenty of other places in the world you can travel. But again, I'm biased. I love Cuba, so I'll definitely be back again. But yeah, that is it for this video. If you guys have any more questions for me, you can always ask me down in the description box, and I'll try my best to answer them in a timely manner, but it's hard, you know. I have so many other things to do, but I will try my best. But yeah, that is it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, please take care and bye. I'm forgetting what my outro is, but anyways, that's it. Bye, guys.